All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Tuesday Night Delight.
Yes, well, welcome. We're going to be starting with a bang. We got a surprise opponent we're waiting for. The faction, or the order, depending on what the game announces it as, has challenged Ben Burnley and Ryan Omega to a three-man tag, and with a mystery third tag team partner. We have no idea who it is. Completely random. But yeah, we're definitely curious how this is going to go. This is also Boycott's first in-ring return.
Yeah, this is obviously meant to put the faction at an advantage, not only on a teamwork level, but just like with Burnley and Omega, maybe not even able to get someone else on their team. So it's been a long time coming. Unfortunately, Burnley and Omega have been on the wrong sides of this feud, and someone needs to step up. You know, someone needs to do something, kick these guys in the ass.
It's obvious that George is getting tired of my faction stuff. I mean, we're all riding high. I mean, we just finished last week with Lewis being the last person into the number one contender fatal four-way with that Battle Royal win.
And then he was the thumbnail.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, things are looking up, and let's just say the longer it goes, the more it's gonna aggravate anyone but me. Let's be honest. I've been toying with people that, George could sick on me. I'm curious who Burnley and Omega could have found, because kind of hard to sell going against us, because the record reflects a lot of good stuff. Boycott is a former champion, and both myself and Alpha have a very high positive record for the new year. So
yeah, it's
kind of hard to argue with that. So some of it through nefarious stuff, and some, which was last week when it was the match before the Battle Royal, he made Burnley tap.
Yep. And when Burnley does get a leg up, there's always like technicalities. He doesn't get Tristan, or he doesn't get Tristan in the ring.
Yep. So let's see who we got. Who's he sicking on me? Who's going to help them win this match? Oh my God!
Oh! No way!
Oh my God!
He's here!
Well, if that isn't the momentum breaker, I don't know what is. Good God!
Ladies and gentlemen, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh dear Lord!
The original incarnation of Boycott, one might say.
Yeah, you just watched the faction leave as he went to that corner.
Did they really? I missed it.
Yeah, when you see him at the bottom, yeah, they were at the bottom, and they just walk away as he goes to the first corner.
Oh, nice. Okay.
If there was ever a reason to try to get a disqualification or just leave the match, this is probably a good opportunity. Just I think we'll pass.
This is how you make a splash. This could turn the tides, for sure.
Oh, my God. Stone Cold frickin' Steve Austin.
We have Alpha and Burnley to start with.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Burnley taking advantage to start.
Oh, I was hoping my dad was going to slap him in the face while he was over there.
Yeah, I doubt Burnley wants to get out of this match too quickly, because he's got a grudge against most of these people.
Right?
If not all of them.
Yeah, I mean, Alpha, I think, helped with one of the wins when he was a manager. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely easy to be mad. Not just Lewis, just the whole faction in general.
Oh, he wants him up? No way he has a signature already. Yeah, no.
Nope,
okay.
The high knee.
Oh. That looks more like a shin strike. Oh, Boycott getting in there quick. Ah!
Oh!
Oh, Omega, you ruined it.
Austin and Boycott were about to go at it.
God damn it, Omega.
To be honest, Boycott versus Austin would be a good one. Oh, shit!
Austin's in. And it's a yard sale outside.
Right.
Oh, bye. And then there was one.
Well,
And
you know
then
they say at a yard sale, usually someone's trash is someone else's treasure.
okay. Oh, counter. Where did... Oh, Tristan's just hanging out in the top left again.
Nice.
Just waiting for all the bullshit to subside. Oh, God, what was the camera doing?
Adding to WWE returns, Braun Strowman returned yesterday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I don't think it was possible, but he looks more ripped than big now.
Wow.
So, I mean, he's still tall, so it kind of works, but yeah. I'd like to remind everybody that this is not elimination style, so this might go a bit, just simply because it depends on the teamwork, I guess.
But hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I say as he's limp on the ground.
This is what George wanted. Oh, counter.
I didn't want that.
Sure you did. Now he'll give him the classic technician move.
Oh, jeez.
A little light choking.
Whoa.
Just like to point out, George, look at the bars. Who are the only two people that are full to the brim?
Yep. And that's like actually true for Tristan. Burnley's just recovered that much.
Yep.
But yeah, it's still a fun coincidence.
I don't know how well Stone Cold would do against a technician. I don't know if that was tested very often.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of the old school stuff, so I don't know how often he may have played against like Bret Hart or something. So, the tag.
Oh, well, that didn't last too long. Oh, Boycott gets the first strike in.
Yep, that's the closest we've had for people matching up. Considering Omega's with Mac, Lewis is with Burnley, and Boycott's with Austin. There really hasn't been either of them really facing off for very long. I think the ref would. Oh, I think he was going for like a signature and he missed. Remember, he's got that submission as a signature.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think that's what he was going for. Burnley's got a finisher, which means he's going to the corner and he's going to tag out.
Steve Austin's back in. Well, some teamwork.
Cross that off your bucket list.
Right?
Just teamed up with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, nice block, but he should have kept it up. I think Burnley did that to Alpha earlier.
Yep. Well, see, you're also dealing with two people with things to prove. You got Austin, who had a surprise return for us, but Boycott's just coming off injury. He doesn't want the Gary the Miracle curse. Where you come back and you're not quite ready.
Absolutely.
Oh, sick! He's doing it.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Boycott's got his finisher. That sounds like Boycott.
But it looks like Shane O'Mac.
Is he going to do it? Nope, we're going to the corner. Why is this the most common thing that happens in this game? You get your finisher and you tag out? Wouldn't you do your finisher and then tag out if they kick out?
The momentum changes. And now it'll probably change again.
Right? I was going to say, I don't know what Stone Cold Steve Austin's signatures are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh! Dance now, you overpaid clown!
Right? That was fantastic.
Holy shit!
That tells you one thing that's very obvious. That is that Burnley cares more about beating the shit out of Lewis than actually winning this match.
And here we go. Wow.
Oh man, that was good stuff. Immediate counter.
Oh,
with the bridge.
That got broken up real quick. Omega counters. That gives Burnley a chance.
It's interesting he came in to help considering Burnley's not in red. Oh!
Yep.
And he got him!
Dance with the devil.
Resolution.
No, Resolution is McMahon's.
Oh, that's right. Wrong person. My bad. There's too many movie stars. or music stars, whatever.
Oh.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do? Like use the momentum and take them both? Oh man.
Lewis tried to do some like discus punch or forearm, and Burnley caught him.
Yep.
Deciding he's done with Tristan for now.
Oh,
okay.
He missed. Lewis also has a win over Omega too.
Oh. Oh.
In the shins, and he didn't like it. Lewis needs to tag out.
Now Boycott's had time to recover. Omega's getting there too. Oh. They didn't come to help. But they'll ask to be tagged. Alright, good tag to Boycott. He's the freshest. A little janky, but he got there.
Yep.
Nice combination.
Corner. Nope.
Ooh. Giving Boycott a taste of his own medicine a little bit there. Nope. He just had to move over a little bit.
Or he could have just done it from the left. But he was probably concerned Alpha was going to punch him.
Yeah.
Oh, he got him!
Backslide driver. Alpha not coming in to help.
Well, I mean, Lewis is like unconscious right now, so.
All right. He still had the time to get in there. Whoop. Boycott counters. Oh.
Classic takedown. Probably the wrong person to tag in, but sure.
No, it's the right one to tag in. There's no way they're going to let him get away with that, though.
Oh. Austin was like in there, though, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
So close. Tag to Omega. Oh. Spanish Fly. Ooh, things are looking very good for Team Burnley right now.
Thanks, George. I always appreciate it when you help out my team. Oh no! He took his finisher.
Tag back to Burnley. Let him finish this. Or continue it by taking it outside.
But wouldn't you want? You're in control in the ring. If you went outside, it could possibly go the other way.
It could. Wow. Oh, Lewis counters.
Counter again. I think we might be looking at a count out.
Nope, he got back in.
I don't know, but Lewis is dead. I don't think he's getting back up.
Oh no! Well, that started the count over. He still had the time to get him. Oh no, counter!
This is one of those moments that might change the match, though, forever. You had the option of letting it just be a count out and winning the match, but you decided that you needed to defeat me.
He's tired of technicalities, man.
Go tag, you stupid son of a bitch.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Is this the new trend now? We're just going to take turns getting back into the ring? I was going to say, this might be a smart...
Oh my god! That was flawless.
Oh, man. Usually you save those for King. It's a
right?
flawless victory.
Or Scorpion.
They're tired of running into that step. They want that. The step's no longer in use.
Oh. Oh, come on, Burnley. Okay, here we go.
Oh, you stupid son of a bitch. It's over if they don't save him.
Nope. Nope. Austin took too long to get there. But that's what, the third dance of the Dance with the Devil on to Lewis?
Yeah. You have to save him for every 10 at this point. I mean, he can't even recover that well.
Yeah.
I think Omega just did a hurricane taunt.
Okay. Better than Hurricane doing a John Cena taunt.
I don't know, his finisher's like the same as John Cena's, so that's why he kind of did that.
Oh,
he
swept aside.
He might have a signature just because of how many pins and ass whippings he's been taking, so...
Yep.
Yes, alright. Get the hell out. I guess the biggest advantage is he gave his faction plenty of time to recover. They're practically full health.
Yeah, they're as good as they can be at this point.
Yep.
I hit him! Oh! That's interesting. Good placement with that pin. Oh. I think it was Burnley re-entering the ring that messed that up somehow. Oh, Austin goes outside. Man. Oh.
Oh, this is his signature. Face first, coming right into the mat.
Oh.
No help.
Ooh, that was close.
Yep. He's setting up. Vertical suplex, powerbomb. Right in the middle of the ring.
They got to step in.
Here comes Austin.
Yep, he was right there. Oh, Boycott just barely missed.
It's probably bad actually for Omega though, because normally the person being illegal in the ring, being distracted by the other two, helps him recover.
Lifts him right back up.
I was gonna say, are we gonna start counting? Is this is bench press number 2?
Bench press city, bitch.
That's right.
Tag the Boycott.
Yep.
And man, Alpha looking no worse for wear after leaving the ring.
And Boycott's setting up. It's gonna all come down to if Austin saves Omega.
This could be bad.
Saved him.
Austin to the rescue. Uh-oh. Yes, I totally wanted to see this instead of anything else.
They're not even the legal man. Can we focus on the legal man, people? Oh, this is his signature.
Boston Crab, right?
Yep. I think it's the Texas Cloverleaf.
Oh! Omega!
Boycott with the win.
Wow.
For the faction. How about that? The other two riding the momentum, but he's the one that picks it up.
Wow.
And you could say, and technically, the best part of the whole thing was that the other two played distractor. Burnley was too damn busy on the outside with either Alpha or Lewis.
Yep.
And left Omega to the slaughter.
Here are your winners, the Order.
It's only fair. This is the last match before they face off with their respective feuds. It's only fair the heels come up with the win, and once again, Lewis picks up a win over Burnley, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Man. I do agree with kind of a greatest of all time match, though. There was a lot of great moments in there.
Yep. And
Man.
I mean the biggest thing being definitely being Stone Cold showing up.
At this point, I might put that second to Burnley just beating the shit out of Lewis right outside the ring.
Right.
He's trying to springboard. Lewis comes over and just fucking punches the shit out of him.
Right? I think there's some animosity, though, between Stone Cold and Chris Boycott. We may have to have something happen here soon with him being here. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Who are we doing wins and losses for?
I'll give all the wins and all the losses out, and then just don't worry about Stone Cold and for right now, since he's going to be a temp wrestler. We're not worried about it.
Okay. That means Boycott has a win this year.
And Alpha should have 5, which I think makes him past Siegfried now, right? For the most wins of the year?
For this year, yes. Overall, no.
Right. Yeah, I know that.
But Tristan also has 5 wins this year.
Yeah!
Oh, it's so unfortunate.
So George I came up with the idea, and George helped me set it up. We thought it'd be kind of a cool thing. We're going to have half of them this week and half of them next week. But we're going to do a triple threat match with one member of each tag team that's facing off for the tag team titles at Starrcade. I'm not... let's see. I guess I can probably keep entrances on. We'll see. If it crashes, then it tells me I have to turn it off. But
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it'd be nice for them to get some singles action. So that means next week we'll have Bulldozer, Babylon, and Abyss in a triple threat next week as well. It's not elimination. It's just going to be whoever picks up the win, just because it's going to be the same way when they're facing a tag team. there's no eliminations. It's just going to be who wins. So
Okay.
that'll make it a lot more fun. So. But for those of you that forgot, Wolfman and Babylon are part of the Neanderthals. They're the first ones that qualified to be for number 1 contenders. The following week, Shot in the Dark, that being Swerve and Abyss, they did the same thing. They both defeated the champions to qualify for the match. So,
how mad would you be if Swerve is the thumbnail again instead of Steve Austin?
Right? Yeah.
They could both be options, potentially.
This is going to be definitely an interesting thing, though, for this match, because you're looking at 3 extremely high momentum people. I mean, we put Punisher into a tag team so that he wasn't a singles competitor. Swerve has been hot since the end of last year.
Yep.
He was the closest person we've had so far to beating Jared Leto.
Yeah, he's that hot.
Yeah, and then Wolfman is just somebody that he stands in the presence next to Babylon, and I've asked George before, and George kind of is in agreement. Wolfman's more dangerous than Babylon is.
Potentially, yeah.
He has a great ability to take an ass whooping, and it doesn't affect him at all. It's only fair since Braun Strowman returned yesterday on Raw. We have our own monster.
Matanza Cueto? No, that's Babylon.
Yep. Well, and one of the things we've noticed a bit from the last tag teams with the Punisher, it's almost like he's lost interest in being in this tag team. It's been a lot of Bulldozer doing a lot of the work. And so it makes you wonder if this is, as long as they're the champs, they're going to be in this tag team, but once it ends, I don't know how much longer it'll go.
Okay.
I mean, you saw it the last times that we had those beat champs and you're in. Punisher, I think at least one of them, Punisher didn't even do anything. He just let Bulldozer get pinned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, it could be a combination of he doesn't really care who he has to fight because he's the Punisher, but it's just the stuff we've been kind of noticing is Bulldozer is doing a lot more work than he is. But I mean, in retrospect, Bulldozer had more to prove when this tag team was formed than Punisher did.
Right.
You could technically say that Bulldozer's actually regained a lot of momentum because of this tag team, while Punisher just kind of stayed the way he was.
Yeah.
So, been beneficial for both parties. Remember, with the triple threat, it's going to be kind of weird because somebody's not gonna want to get in this, and it won't work.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, Punisher pulled back, and that wasn't a good call.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, Wolfman.
Everyone taking a turn.
Yep.
Which means Punisher's going to knock down Wolfman now? No.
Or he's going to taunt.
Is he too busy taunting? Yeah, I was going to say, is he too busy taunting?
Oh.
Wolfman's rapid fire strikes.
Yeah.
They're working right now.
Oh, got him.
Punisher's disadvantage is he's the slowest person, but he's also likely to do the most damage out of every move.
Yeah, that's the idea.
And both Wolfman and Swerve are going to bring different quickness, because one's going to be strikes and one's going to be just overall being agile. Oh, nice counter.
Oh, Punisher got that. Oh, God. Okay.
Look at that. Look at that health. They're like all like the same right now.
Yeah, look at that.
Wolfman looks like he's the closest to a finisher. Or not finisher, signature. It's the same thing essentially, but.
All right, we got Cybrid in the chat. How's it going, Cybrid?
Welcome back. Welcome back. We appreciate you checking back in with us.
Oh, some teamwork.
Nice double team. Yeah. Cyber, you did miss our surprise tag team partner to start the show, so you have to go back to see that. We had a surprise appearance of none other than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep. It was a pretty great match overall too. I got to say, some good moments in there.
Good stuff.
Counter.
Swerve's got his finisher. He's got good momentum.
Yep.
If he lands this while Wolfman's hurt, this could be it.
Wolfman's up. Get some strikes in.
Oh, he's got him set up. Get him. Discus forearm incoming. Oh, it's screwed up because
no.
up. No.
Oh, what was that counter?
Yeah, that's a good question. The game kind of crashed right there.
Oh.
So you still got that finisher. Go throw him over to the corner now. There's nobody in your way now.
Nope, just pin him for a rope break.
Swerve has 2 finishes already. That is insanity. Oh, here it comes. With the pin. 1, 2. Oh. Punisher got up. That means he basically can't get it second time. One thing we noticed, I don't remember who it was that he went against, but I think it might have actually been Punisher, but when they were in the tag team. But one thing to be aware of is Swerve is very susceptible to the submissions.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was Punisher, but it might have been somebody else. But I remember somebody did a finisher on him, and it took out more than half of his health.
Yep.
Nice counter. Everything's starting to slow down. It's like we mentioned before. Usually the fast-paced people, if they win quick, they're fine. But if the match goes longer, it's going to go to those people that are conditioned, like Wolfman, who can take an ass whipping, and Punisher, who just kind of wants the match to continue.
Oh, nice block from Wolfman.
Get him to the corner.
Punisher's busted open.
Oh, he's getting ready to, and he got up.
Dodges. Blocks.
Oh, nice. That was awesome. That was a nice counter of the pump kick. Problem is, that was the best time for Wolfman to land the finisher, because Swerve's up now.
Yep.
He's doing his finisher. It's probably going to get a rope break. Yep. But the damage will have been done. Wolfman's practically dead.
Yep. He still has
a pin.
He still has a pretty decent reserve, though, if he can build it back up. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, this is his signature. Oh, I was going to say, if he turned and did that submission to Swerve, we could be looking really bad right there. That's smart, with Wolfman being the hurt one.
Oh.
You stupid dumbass.
He fucking taunts.
On the damn apron so Swerve can win.
Wow.
Oh my god. Wow.
Very smart strategy from Swerve, though. Gotta commend him.
Yeah. Punisher still got it. That's all I can say, though, from that match.
Yep.
But definitely Swerve does, too. Our classic average.
No, that was a great.
It was 3.5. It's normally our average is 3.5. So. All right. Last week ours ran a little bit long. This one's gonna be kind of short because we got 3 matches left, but they're all 1-1s. So.
Okay. Wow, what if we don't even get to an hour? That would be so crazy.
Right. after last week was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right. So we mentioned earlier, Gary the Miracle Nelson had a really good first year. He hasn't kind of gotten his momentum though after coming back from injury, so he's kind of due. Unfortunately, he is being served up to AJ Porter, who came out of both matches last week looking pretty good. Unfortunately, didn't get either win, but there's nothing wrong with going for trying to qualify for a GUA championship, considering Jared Leto is probably harder to beat than Chaz. No offense to Chaz.
Freaking Jared Leto, man.
Yep. It just crashed.
Okay.
It tried to go for a second, but then it didn't happen.
I was still on the sheet, so I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
I don't know. Is AJ Porter to 10 wins, or is he still one away? I can't remember.
AJ Porter should be there. He has... Yeah, he's 11-9. He's the only one with 11 right now.
Okay. And his this year's record is?
This year he's 3-3.
Okay. It's only fair then to go for a title, prove whether it's trending in one way or the other.
Yeah.
So while this is reloading, George, you want to give the last two matches that we've got on tap?
Yeah, let's take a look. So, after this, we're going to have a one-on-one qualifier match. Have Matt Brickhouse versus Elimitado. And then for our main event tonight, we're going to officially end a rivalry with a Falls Count Anywhere match between Amelia Bombshell and Sasha Banks.
Nice. All right, I'm just waiting for it to load, then I'll send it to you.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like both of our qualifiers are by people that missed one member of each one-on-one match is people that missed out on going for the big title. They're going to have to settle for the lesser, and their opponents are people that did well in the first year, but are just trying to regain the momentum. Especially with Brickhouse versus Elimitado. Brickhouse, our inaugural champion, kind of peaked early, but he's just trying to get his mojo back.
Yeah, it's been tough going for him. This year he's 1-3 in particular, and he's got a 4-9 overall. So yeah. It's an uphill battle for sure.
Yep. Alrighty. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Let's get back to the show.
It's part of the show at this point. You got to get used to it.
You just got to believe that it's going to work.
Ah. How long you been waiting for that?
I like 2 seconds.
Okay.
You have to imagine if I took very long to come up with that you know, I didn't really have a lot of time, a lot of things to do with my life, so.
And his opponent from the Port City, North Carolina, weighing in at 232 pounds, AJ Porter.
Right. Good stuff. Yeah, Porter was crazy in both of our matches last week because he was the final three in both matches, but I think he was eliminated third to last. Or like second to last because the winner wins in both of them. Because I think he was the second to last person thrown out of the battle royal, and I know he was pinned by McMahon before McMahon got me.
Yeah.
So
just wasn't in the cards for him last week, but
yeah,
he's got a tiebreaker this year so far. Wins and losses.
Yep.
What's he going to have more of by the end of tonight?
Yeah. Gary's going to have to come out and show something, that's for sure, because
Yeah.
you're looking at the guy that I'm sure he beat several times during Bound for Greed, so he does know this guy pretty well, but AJ won Bound for Greed, so obviously he did better in that match. So
Right.
it's one of those things that I'm curious, because he's being forced into going for the other title. Is he going to come out and just ass whoop Gary and then just be like, all right, let's move on?
Oh, Gary got it.
Spanish fly to start.
Coming in hot. Top rope.
Yep.
Got him.
Going high risk to knock down that health quicker. I like
Yep.
it. I was going to say you tried that 20 times. You were just asking for someone to finally get you.
Almost got Porter down a whole bar, though.
Right? And now just
Oh.
the knees, the elbows, the everything that AJ Porter
Head
will
and
use.
shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Right? The only thing AJ Porter will not use is the apron.
Yep.
Or ringside.
Yep. Quick kick out.
You can tell he really just wants this to be over.
Yep.
So we mentioned it during one of the matches last week. AJ Porter is a momentum succubus, not necessarily in a bad way. He just once he has it, it's impossible to take it from him.
Oh.
See if Miracle can counter what I just said. Oh, counter.
Counter.
Oh, wow.
The striker in action.
Yep.
It's getting
Low
fired
drop
up.
Kick. Yep. Signature coming.
Oh.
No, it's a big old slap to the face. I think there was some anger behind that. He's going for a submission. He is so not doing.
Wow.
His other signature. He doesn't use this very often, but you can tell he is meaning business right now.
He's brought that health right down.
Yep. Gary's got little room for error now because he is very low, and Portocullis would probably do it.
Yep.
Signature.
Okay. Porter's in red.
Oh, and he got him.
Oh.
Finisher.
Oh.
Is this it?
Is he far down enough?
1, 2. Oh!
Ooh.
That was so quick in turning the tables. That was crazy.
Yep. Oh. Man, his health is coming back so fast.
Counter.
There you go. There you go.
That's right. Slow back down. He's almost to his second finisher. Depends if he wants to use his signature. Oh, that'll do it.
No, he wants to punish it.
Portocullis
Wants to punch him in the face.
Oh,
Oh.
he's gonna try. He's gonna try the one from the floor. He missed.
Oh.
Gary has a finisher now. It's even now. It's gonna be who lands the finisher first.
Oh.
No! Gary showing that reversal we saw last year. Oh, and he countered.
Oh, he
my
stepped
God.
back.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Freaking AJ Porter, man! Don't play around. You got two Portocullises. Get his ass.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, quick pin. Capitalize on that. Porter kicks out.
Come on, Porter. You got two portcullises just sitting there for you. This must...
Oh,
counter. Stop pinning him and just go for your portcullis.
Oh
no. He's so quick.
He recovered really quickly. Oh, and then just stood there for a moment. Oh, he missed.
Oh, no, he missed. I think this means he's trying for his signature again. Oh, maybe not.
Kick out.
We're at our normal average for matches.
Counter.
Don't mess around. Don't go for the pin. Oh my god. It's not going to work, and you're just giving him a signature. He's gonna have like a finisher in a second. Oh, here it is. Portcullis.
This has to be it.
1, 2. Wow.
All right. Went on a little longer than it probably should have.
Right. I guess the biggest advantage of the whole thing is it looks like Gary's getting back to being Gary. Last year, Gary the Miracle Nelson was known for having just lightning reversals all the time, and he showed that a lot in this match. So.
Yeah, we saw a bit of it. Could be building it back up. It just wasn't enough this time.
Yep. I do like that he's starting to use that more from the floor portcullis. It's more flashy.
Yeah.
Oh, he got it to a 4.
Nice. Yeah, we've seen a few of our superstars evolve a little bit and start to use their other moves, and it's been interesting for sure.
So that puts AJ Porter in the positive land.
All right. He is our first competitor to 12 overall wins.
Nice. See if the game can make it through a loading screen without crashing. All right, George, throw me a prediction. Who do you think's winning this one?
I feel like we could see a, not necessarily an upset, but maybe more of a comeback from Brickhouse here.
Okay.
I feel like these two have faced off before, and it kind of was heading in that direction.
Okay.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Captain, Matt Riggs.
Yeah, probably the biggest problem for Limitado is that he's going as probably the person that can match him for almost every ability that he has, and he's stronger than him.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, if I was going to guess who has probably the same amount of speed as Limitado, Brickhouse is probably my pick. Because we've seen his lightning quick springboards and stuff like that. So.
Yep.
This is one of those matches where I'm not sure if it's going to be a long-winded one. It might just be whoever has the momentum just rides it to the victory really quickly.
At 177 pounds, the Luchador, Lightning.
Yeah, I would say both of these are coming into the matches with finally something to prove, or at least for Limitado, something to actually come out of his record. Because his record reflects that he has had a good year, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. So I'm sure he'd love to win this match to finally, be leading towards something.
Yeah, we just keep waiting. We're just like, when's it gonna happen? When's that actual push gonna come?
Yep.
Because we know it's gonna come.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if anything, maybe the biggest weakness of Brickhouse and the advantage for Limitado is Brickhouse taunting and Limitado taking advantage.
Yeah.
You could see see that.
Ooh.
Just the quickness, like he doesn't even waste any time.
Yeah, dashed right across the ring there.
They both know. These matches are showing these guys know what's at stake.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
game glitch.
Whoop.
Nice.
All right.
Classic luchador style. I like it.
Quick kick out.
That's the other thing is I didn't exactly hear what limit. I was going to say, is he about to flip?
Oh
my god!
Oh my god!
There you go.
Made it easily.
Jesus.
Can we put someone through a table, please?
I don't think that'll ever happen, bud. It has to probably be like an Extreme Rules or Falls Count Anywhere match kind of deal, like last man standing. Is he gonna jump again? But if you look at the physique, like I'd almost guess that Limitado might be like 100 pounds lighter than, or somewhere near Brickhouse.
Ooh. Shouldn't have gone back out. Oh, counter. Oh, wow.
A nice counter, yeah. Brickhouse's biggest advantage, though, too, against the Limitado is what just happened. Brickhouse loves ringside.
Yes.
I've never seen someone thrive so much at ringside.
Oh, Jesus.
That was a signature that looked way more awesome than it probably should have. It looked like a 450 clothesline.
Ooh.
Got that shouting, dude. You want this? Go get it. Get some. There it is. As long as he doesn't have any rope break. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Brickhouse is back.
What a dominating performance. Man.
I mean, it's the cardinal rule when you're facing Brickhouse, and this is just like it's the opposite of when Edmund a couple weeks back beat Burnley with having a great strategy. It's the opposite for Limitado. Limitado was in control, but made the one mistake you don't make with Brickhouse. You don't go to ringside.
Yep.
He should have done that flip, picked him up, and threw him back in the ring. That's literally what should have happened.
Here is your winner, the Captain.
That's our second incredible suicide dive tonight, though. Believe it or not.
Yep. Yep. Wasn't as fun as the other one.
They were both just kind of out of nowhere.
Right. And then there was one.
All right. Well, we should definitely get to an hour at least.
Right. All right. Probably the last time we might see Sasha Banks. Theory is that she's supposed to be coming back to WWE here soon, so we don't feel like we need to use her because hopefully she will be used correctly. So.
Hopefully.
All right. Give her last entrance and everything as long as the game doesn't crash, hopefully.
Ugh.
Most of this feud has been Amelia Bombshell, but I think the most recent time they faced off, Sasha Banks, that was when we did the mixed gender tag match, and Sasha Banks was able to get the pin on Amelia Bombshell.
Right. Yep.
So. I think we've done one other Falls Count Anywhere before. It never really left the ring, so it didn't really matter. But we can hope.
It was a quick one, I think, was why.
Yeah. Apparently, it's taking very long for them to load this match. I didn't think the shtick would take that long.
Extra loading time for the Snoop Dogg intro.
Maybe it's to make sure that the equipment that you can use, it's the Falls Count Anywhere. So, like, if it's like, in theory, Falls Count Anywhere means it can go like backstage or something. I guess they have to make sure they have all that created, even though none of it will probably happen.
Ooh, that would be neat.
All right, so George, while we're waiting, I don't know how long it's going to take. If you want to finish up on the sheet those triple threats and give us a lowdown of who the triple threats for the GUA contender thing are going to be now, with Brickhouse and AJ Porter being the last ones.
Is that for next week or is that for Starrcade?
That's for next week. There's true triple threats. Remember, there's already 2 people in each one. You just need to put Porter and Brickhouse as the last people in each match, and then just kind of give us the lowdown of who the person is. So I think we already have 3 in one match. It's just so I guess the other 2 just get added with Slipknot.
Okay, I don't know if I was doing it right. Hold on.
Okay, so next week is our last week, leading up to Starrcade, where we're finally going to figure out who our contenders are. So we have 2 triple threat matches for the GUA championship. The first one is Prince Edmund versus Willie Mack and Scorpion. The second one is Slipknot, AJ Porter, and Matt Brickhouse. Also, while we're doing that, we'll be introducing some new female fighters. Since a couple people are being used in WWE, we're just kind of weaning some out that are being used correctly, so we can introduce some more. So we'll be introducing people. Kairi Sane is going to be joining us, as well as Eva Lise, who some might know from AEW and from Lucha Underground. They'll be facing off, and then we're introducing a DC character, that of Raven.
Nice.
And she'll be going against a cult favorite from those of you that have watched the Mel Brooks movies, from Young Frankenstein, Frau Blucher. And I couldn't find an entrance that had a horse neighing. I'm sorry.
Doesn't Charlene's?
I don't think so. That hers is a whip. Hers is a whip when she comes out. That's her music.
Okay. It's like Western themed, so I thought they might have it.
Yeah. So, and then we're going to have a triple threat tag team match. Basically, the 2 contenders and the champion for the ladies will be grabbing their own tag partner. See who gets momentum going into Starrcade. We'll keep who their tag partners are a secret till next week. But to remind you, Shotzi is the champion, and Blue Pants and Charlene are the contenders. And then last but not least, our main event next week. I'm closing this. I don't know what's happening, but it has to have crashed. So
yeah, I don't. It was weird.
There's no way a match takes that long to load. And then finally, our main event next week is a fatal 4-way elimination. Person is the number 1 contender to face Chaz Castiglione for the Ultraviolet World Championship. The 4 people in that match are Siegfried, Andrew McMahon, King, and Tristan the One Lewis.
Nice.
So we apologize if the build to Starrcade's been a little bit long. George mentioned it might be a bit, so we apologize. We just wanted to make sure everyone kind of gets into the characters, kind of enjoying some rivalries. So we appreciate those of you that are watching it with us. Been holding out, waiting for Starrcade to start. I will let everybody know that Starrcade is going to be 2 nights, just to make sure that we make sure the matches, go long, and we make sure they get there enough time and all that other fun stuff. So this way George doesn't have like some 4-hour thing that he's got to try to figure out how to put on. So
I would appreciate it.
All right. I have to send it to you again because I quit, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try to get to load without you first, and maybe that'll fix the problem.
Okay.
try to let the ladies have their entrance, but sometimes the game doesn't like it.
I'll load without you, baby, but you're still with me in my dreams.
That's right. We make so many song references. We gotta do like some shout out if somebody can name what the band is of something that we say every time. Congratulations to this person. You got the name of the band right.
Boop.
Emma Bombshell.
All right, we apologize for whatever the hell that was.
You had to hear us talk.
Right?
How unfortunate.
Like, we did our best to fill, but I don't know what the hell is going on. So. She gets a bit lost, but Amelia Bombshell is also a member of the faction with myself.
Yep. And here she comes.
And from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Yeah, unfortunately, we would have given them enough time to do the rivalry end at Starrcade, but we have a full card, and we tried our best to make this an even rivalry, but it's been very one-sided. We were glad Sasha got her win when she did, so it made it a little bit better. But
yeah, overall, just hasn't been as compelling as the Lewis and Burnley stuff.
Yeah.
So Sasha gets first blood. And then taunts too early.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh! Wow.
1. Do it too many times, you're gonna get burned.
Oh! Damn.
First one to go high risk.
Nice.
1, 2.
Already at a 2 count.
They both know how important the rivalry is. Oh, nice.
Oh!
It's a good momentum shifter. That pissed her off. Oh! Come back.
That was close.
I was gonna say that'd have been a depressing main event if we had a quick finish. What happened to Falls Count Anywhere, people? That's a signature. Take a moment, slap her in the face.
Well, that's not going to do anything.
Do what?
Oh, I thought it was going to be a rope break.
Oh.
Counter. Counter.
Amelia's is from the top rope. If she ever wants to do it.
Oh!
I don't know if she's very content to wanting this match to end yet. Oh, too many tries. Counter.
Oh.
Nice.
Always an impressive move.
Did some. Did she jump that far?
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it. Try the other one. There it is.
Wow.
This it. 1, 2.
Well, that does count as anywhere.
Right? We have at Starrcade, depending on if Lewis wins to become a #1 contender, all the faction are in individual one-on-one matches. The first person in the faction just got their win. Is this what is going to be the conclusion to all the rivalries at Starrcade?
Oh boy.
Because George's happiest moments is when I do nothing but beat his players.
We had Stone Cold Steve Austin and Burnley still didn't win.
I mean, in retrospect, it was because of your made player that is in the faction.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel better.
Yeah. Gluten hay, gluten hay.
All right. Well, we had a bit of a quick one. I think our technical difficulties may have kind of made it normal now, but we tried. But
yeah, no, we're ahead of schedule. We're doing all right.
Okay. Next week might be a little bit long, just because we're trying to introduce a couple and get all of our contenders. But yeah, we're 1 week away from Starrcade, so all our last build will be next week, so you guys can catch who all of our contenders are. You guys have been watching the whole time. We always appreciate it. So hopefully, if anybody is still watching stream with us, make sure to go back, watch Stone Cold make a surprise appearance, kick some ass.
Yep.
So we thought that was pretty awesome ourselves. So
yep, some impressive moves from Burnley as well in there.
Yep, absolutely. So, but yeah, we'll catch you guys next week, and finally reach our last road to Starrcade.
Absolutely. It's been a hell of a ride, and we appreciate you guys joining us.
Yep, we'll catch you guys next week.
See you then.
See ya.